What's going on, you guys? We got the key to this 2019 Maserati Ghibli, and this is a very, very interesting car. The engine is built by Ferrari, and it's a 3-liter V6. I want to know what you guys think about this thing. Let's hop in and go for a drive. So this engine makes 345 horsepower and it weighs almost 4,000 pounds. This is not necessarily a full-on sports car. It's definitely more designed to be luxury. But you know, it's built by Ferrari, the engine, so you got to consider it as a sports car as well. New, this thing was $80,000, and you know Maserati's the king of depreciation, so you can pick one of these up for around $30,000 right now with relatively low mileage. Not too bad. The brakes are very, very small, by the way. You get 4 piston brakes in the front and 1 piston brakes in the back. And when you look at the size of the brakes compared to how big the wheels are, it kind of scares you when you jump in this car. I would not be comfortable taking this on like super curvy mountain roads and flooring it all the way. But this is a good kind of touring car. It's comfortable in here. The driver's seat is a bit iffy, but I mean the presentation of this car, especially in the driver's seat, is very nice. There's about 18 Maserati logos that you can see just looking around from where we are right now. You know, one very weird thing about Maserati is a lot of the things they did here with the design is it's like they tried to reinvent a car. For example, the speedometer. Look at that. You have, it goes from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, then 70, 90, 110, 130. I've never seen a car do odd digits, and, well, it just feels odd. I love those pops on the upshifts, though. Oddly enough, you actually won't get that if you are in automatic. You have to be in the manual mode on the automatic transmission and shift at the right time in order to get that pop, which is very strange if you ask me. This car definitely moves. It's tough to say. It's definitely not fast. It's tough to say if I would describe it as quick. It's definitely right on that line. It just depends on who you are. But on the grand scheme of sports cars, yeah, no way would you be able to consider this thing fast. Maybe you could call it quick. Not bad at all for 345 horsepower, though, I will say that. The naturally aspirated engines are a lot of fun to drive. I don't mind either, you know, having a turbo or an NA car, but there's something about the linear power. Like, the more RPMs you climb, the faster the car goes. It does make it a lot more exciting to rev the car out. Of course, a turbo car, you know, once you're past the peak, which is usually at like 75% of the way through of the power band, then it kind of dies off or just remains flat, except for some cars. Some of the cars that are turbo, they've tuned their way around that, and those are incredible to drive, but that's a rare car to find. You know, the question is here, when you're looking at cars in the $30,000 price range, I mean, what would you, if you had to consider this car in that list, what else would be in your list? Because for $30,000, I don't think any other car is going to offer as nice of an interior presentation. And I think the exterior design is actually pretty damn good. The front grille is really nice. This car will make you look rich. If you're a car person, you know, there are a good amount of people that know, hey, this is a depreciated Ghibli, it's not that much money, but others will just see that logo and be like, oh, that man is rich. But really, yeah, of course that's not the case. Well, you do have to have some amount of money to keep up with the maintenance if anything breaks in this car. I know these aren't known to be the most reliable things, and again, maintenance is going to be a lot as well. But makes sense. I mean, again, with all this car has to offer, the classiness, like this little clock right here. I don't know why the owner put this cloth over it. It would be nicer without that. But you know, the status this car brings, the feeling you get when you're in this driver's seat. I don't know. It's pretty good for $30,000. Yeah, handling is not that great. When I'm accelerating the corners, I can definitely feel the bulkiness of the car and the steering. It feels a little bit out of my control in some sense, but understandable for almost 4,000 pounds. It does manage that weight all right. I will take it. Again, got to give it some leeway, consider it's not supposed to be marketed as a full-on sports car. This is my first time driving a Maserati, and I'd say, again, it's just weird. Like, there's, instead of paddle shifters back here, there's radio buttons. Why would you do that? And then the start-stop button being on the left-hand side, like it's trying to act like a Porsche or something. The volume button being this knob on top of a different knob. So many strange things about this car. That list is very, very long. And Maserati's also fairly overly proud of their brand here, just because they put the logo, and it doesn't matter where you see this car from, there is no line of vision where you will not be able to see that Maserati logo. All right, let's do another pull right here. Yeah, this car is certainly not meant to be driven the way that I'm driving it, but I'm not gonna lie, it's fun to drive it like this. Bulky cars, I don't know, it kind of challenges your driving ability. I don't mind it. Yeah, my confidence is getting a bit built up bringing this car into corners. You just get comfortable knowing, you know, what it can handle. And it can handle enough. I mean, you can toss this thing around for sure. Not too shabby at all. I do really, really love those pops. But it just would be nice if it was a more aggressive sound on building up those RPMs. I feel like such a cheater. I'm literally just using my pointer finger right here, just pushing it forward and back. You know, when you're over 5,000 RPM, this thing does pull a little bit. I've driven quite a few fast cars, M6s, Porsche 911s, but, you know, it's fun. This thing is fun. What's really nice about this car, though, is that you do have to really rev this thing out for quite a while if you're looking to get into some trouble. And the steering is not that tight, but again, it's more so a luxury car, so I understand. And this thing absolutely does provide the luxury, you know, heated and cooled seats, the beautiful, beautiful interior that it has. We're going. Sorry, buddy. Don't worry, though. We'll go fast. Yeah, and we're up to speed just like that. Not bad at all. But yeah, as for luxury, I mean, well, first of all, yeah, it brings that status. Got a nice infotainment system. The cup holders light up at night. Good amount of trunk space. Pretty sleek, classy exterior design. No ambient lighting in here, but all the materials they decided to use in here are very nice. It's definitely, for 2019, a lot of people would look at this and go, oh, it looks a bit outdated to me. But it's kind of like, if you guys saw my Lexus RCF video, you know, you would call that car outdated too, but that's not fair. It's not meant to be some ultra modern tech type of car. It's meant to provide that classy sort of gentleman's type of vibe. You know, a lot of older people, this would probably appeal to them, but, you know, I love all cars, and this car definitely does appeal to me. I would choose something different for $30,000, but hey, I thought I could drive this. Yeah, the steering and the control of this car is really not that sharp. I find myself like Oh, like it's like a boat. It's like going left to right to left to right, and all I'm trying to do is go in a straight line. And it definitely feels that way in the turns as well, of course. And we're going again. That's another good thing about this car. If you don't have that much space, the car's coming, you can go. And we're up to speed. Easy peasy. I do wonder what people think when they see this car. That Maserati logo, is it like, you know, I haven't seen one Maserati today. I've been driving all day today and yesterday. Yesterday was with the RCF, today's with this car, and I've yet to see another Maserati. So, you know, that's another huge perk about this is driving a car that you see all the time. Like if you go to a car show, you know, there's rows of GTs, M cars, Mercedes, but something like a Lexus RCF or a Maserati, it's just really not that common. And I do like the rare aspect of the car. You don't want to be like everyone else. A Mustang GT, that will break a lot of people's necks. I wonder if this car breaks necks. Let me know in the comments if you guys, you know, if you see a Maserati, like what comes into mind. Mind you, a lot of the people watching this type of content, you guys are car people, so you kind of know the deal. This isn't like ultra special. And that's going to wrap this drive up, guys. Let me know what you think of this car in the comments. Again, people are going to be quick to hate on this thing, but mind you, used for $30,000, I wouldn't just suddenly jump on and hate this. This is a lot better than a lot of cars in that price range. I'm interested to know more about other people's experiences in terms of reliability with this car. I know maintenance costs are going to be pretty expensive as well, but it's very special having that Ferrari-built V6 engine. It does sound pretty good too. So let me know what you guys think. Appreciate you, and have a great day. Peace.